Hey, thank you for watching. Today I want to talk about how you can have a healthier spring, how you can really step into your health and vitality this spring and use this sort of seasonal change to improve your health, improve your life, and really just step up in ways that you haven't yet or ways that you could do better on. So the cool thing I like about seasons, I live in Michigan, and the cool thing about the different seasons in Michigan is that every new season, fall, spring, winter, summer, has its own value, its own kind of perspective change. When things cool off in the winter, you stay inside more, you're more domesticated. And then when spring and summer come, as you can hear the birds chirping, there's more activity, more vitality, more life, more time to go outside and enjoy things. And I really like that. I really like that, the ability to be outside in the sun, and that's why I visit Costa Rica so much, because in Michigan during the wintertime, there's not really a lot to do outside. So that's why I went to Costa Rica for about a month this year during the winter to be outside, enjoy the ocean, enjoy nature, and enjoy the sun and, vitamin D. So today I just want to talk about a few things that I myself will be doing this spring in order to improve my health, vitality, wellness, and just feel better overall. Just be healthier, be in a better mental state, physical state, emotional state, and spiritual state all alike. So these are things that I do in the spring to kind of step up the quality of my life and the quality of my health, and just really add value to my life every single spring so that I can really enjoy spring and summertime and continue to improve my health, feel better, and feel healthier. So if you're watching this video live, thank you so much for watching. Please stick with me. I haven't gotten into the content yet, and what I'm going to share with today is really valuable, and I really appreciate it if you just shared this video with your friends and family on Facebook so that I can build a little bit bigger of an audience while I'm recording this video, because what I'm talking about today is resetting your body, resetting your health, and resetting a lot of things in your life to enjoy spring and enjoy summer and live healthier and happier. So these are I'm just going to share with you 4 quick tips today, 4 things that I do in the spring that I'm doing this year to really recalibrate my health, my life, and really just move things forward and progress in my health and well-being. So the first thing that I'm doing that I highly recommend that you do is to do some spring cleaning and organizing. Now, it may sound, typical, average advice, but let me explain what I do and how I do it and why it's so important and why it's so valuable for me. So what I do is I do spring cleaning and organizing. So a lot of people do spring cleaning, right? We all have a lot of crap in our garages and our basements and our life in general. And if you start to look into minimalism and the idea of minimalism and start to study that, there's a documentary on actually Netflix called Minimalists or Minimalism or something like that. Highly recommend watching it. And what they talk about is the idea of having more and living a happier life. And I really believe there's a lot of truth to that. So just deciding to have less stuff and choosing consciously to not buy as much stuff, but also to get rid of things that no longer serve you in your life. Whether that is stuff in your basement, stuff in your garage, stuff in your kitchen, stuff in your closet. Ladies, men too, but ladies specifically on that one. There's a lot of stuff we have in our life that we don't need, that we no longer need, that doesn't add value to our life, that we aren't using, that just clogs up our mind, that clogs up our mental space. So the springtime is a great time to get rid of all the crap in our life that no longer serves us, whether that's stuff physically in our house or even people in our life, or even foods or drinks or habits or technology. Sometimes it's our phones, late at night we're up on our phone on social media or whatever it may be, and that is causing us to have bad sleep patterns. So there's so many things in our life that we can kind of clean and organize to be healthier and to have more energy. And I highly encourage you this spring to go through, clean out your house, organize your life. And one of the things that I've started to do more in my home personally is a little bit more feng shui. So if you look into feng shui is really cool. For those of you watching, if you know what feng shui is, leave a comment and share how you've used feng shui in your life. Basically, feng shui is the Chinese art of organizing your life and organizing sort of a flow of energy in your home. So the flow of energy and the flow of things in your home. What's cool about that is if you organize things, like the colors, the organizing, the way things are placed in your home, the tables, everything. If there's a better flow in your home, and if you learn about feng shui and understand the art and science of that, it allows you to have more flow and more ease and more, just less stress in your own home, in your own living environment. And I think that's really valuable because a lot of people live in homes full of crap, full of stuff, and they're stressed on a day-to-day basis because they have so much stuff and they don't really think about consciously designing their home and their life. And I think it's really valuable to just do spring cleaning and organizing and to start to learn sort of the art of feng shui. And there's an article on the website on healthywildandfree.com describing feng shui, and actually Marika wrote this article. She's a writer for Healthy, Wild, and Free. She describes the color schemes, the flow of things in your home, and it's really cool, really interesting. Highly recommend checking that out, because if you start to understand feng shui and organizing your home and your immediate environment around you begins to serve you more and more each day as your flow improves and increases. So, and I'll do another Facebook Live, and I'll actually walk you through my home, and I'll show you my living room. I'll show you my workspace, my desk space, my kitchen, my bedroom. I'll show you how I've organized things and why I've created the flow that I have in my life that works for me personally. So I think that's a really valuable thing to do in the spring, is just to do some spring cleaning and organizing and learn a little bit about feng shui and really use that art and that practice in your life, in your home, and in your workspace. So that's the first thing I'm doing this spring. The second thing that I'm doing this spring, and that I do every spring, and that I would encourage you to do in the spring as well, is to eat more raw foods and less cooked foods. So what I typically do in the wintertime is I eat more cooked food. So I'll do more soups, more steamed vegetables, and kind of like vegetable stir fries and things like that. In the springtime, going into the summertime, I start to modulate my diet more with raw foods and high nutrient dense foods that are raw. So this is just a really good rule of thumb to follow and to remember. And I actually wrote this down. As the weather warms up, your diet should cool down. And as the weather cools, your diet should warm. And what I mean by that is that as spring and summer come, as the weather warms up, your diet should be more raw foods, more cooling foods, cucumbers, watermelon, all these different things, eating foods that keep your body cool, that kind of deal with the heat better. And in the wintertime, it's better to have soups, hot foods, stews, steamed vegetables, things like that. It adds a lot more value in that way. So that's one thing I recommend doing, is just eating a lot of raw foods, doing smoothies, juices, salads, sprouts, anything that's cooling, raw, high nutrient dense superfoods are great in the springtime, and great to get you into the next step and the next tip that I recommend, which is to get outside and hydrate and get vitamin D3. So one of the best things that I love about springtime is just getting outside and getting active and being in nature. So yesterday I went to the park over here in my neighborhood, a couple blocks from here, and I played basketball for like 5 hours in a row, and I haven't played basketball in like 5 years. So to play for 5 hours in a row was a lot of energy and a lot of horrible jump shots that were just like straight air balls, but whatever. I got outside and I was active, and I got a lot of sunshine. My legs are really sore today, and just getting your body active again, because a lot of people in the wintertime, and actually this one guy at the park yesterday, he was like, yeah, and this past winter I was 190 pounds and now I'm 240, and I was like, whoa, that's like 50 pounds in one winter. That's a bad winter on your body. And I realized that a lot of people during the wintertime add a lot of unhealthy, toxic fat to their body during the wintertime, because we're more stagnant, we're less active, and we're all just sitting inside, most of us, most of the time. Especially if you live in the north, in the cold north, in Michigan, like I do. So hydrate, be more active, move your body, get outside, even if it's just starting by going for walks. You don't need to run, you don't need to bike, you don't need to swim. Just start walking, just be active, just do something. And sort of breaking your body into that movement, into that flexibility and fluidity that your body should naturally have as we're primal creatures, is really valuable and really important. So get outside, drink more water, move your body, get active, and get vitamin D in the sun. So this is one of the most important things nutritionally. I'm going to share with you in this video the most important nutritional tip that I can possibly share with you in springtime is get outside, get vitamin D. So when I'm in the sun, right now I'm in the sun outside, I'm getting vitamin D3, right? So and I got a big dose of it this year in Costa Rica because I was there for a month. But right now, there's been a break, so I've still been inside. I've still been in the the Michigan winter. So I'm outside. I'm getting vitamin D3 on my skin, right? By doing that, I'm absorbing a vitamin that I've been depleted in all winter long, and most people are and have been, whether you live in the south or the north or wherever you live. Most people are depleted in vitamin D in the wintertime. So in springtime, that's your first opportunity to get vitamin D in your health, in your body, in a higher concentration, a higher amount of, other than from like mushrooms or meat or dairy or things like that. But if you don't eat a lot of that kind of stuff, you're going to get a lot more vitamin D by getting the sun. So get outside, get some sun. And then the most important tip from that to remember is that vitamin D absorbs through your skin. So what you need to do is to absorb vitamin D, get outside and get vitamin D, but then when you shower, to not wash the vitamin D off your skin. So this is actually, I learned this from Dr. Mercola, and you can learn that at mercola.com. He wrote an article, and I wrote an article on this too, sharing that if you wash your skin with soap right after being in the sun, right after getting vitamin D3, what that actually does is it washes the vitamin D off your skin and it doesn't get fully absorbed into your bloodstream. So what does that mean? It means that after you're in the sun getting vitamin D, you shouldn't wash your skin. You should just wash your internal areas, your armpit, your groin, etc. And you should let the sun absorb into your skin for 24 to 48 hours before you actually wash all of your skin topically. So that's really valuable because vitamin D, vitamin D3, is an extremely valuable vitamin for heart health, for cardiovascular health, for bone health, for brain health, for happiness, for well-being and vitality and energy, and all for sleep, for all these different functions and things that influence your health and well-being. So that's the third tip. Get outside, hydrate, move, get more vitamin D through the sun, and make sure that you're not washing it all off immediately after you come inside from being outside. And the fourth and final thing, and I think this is really important, I think springtime is a really good time to sort of reevaluate and recalibrate your life, your goals, your energy, and just kind of where you're at and where you're going in life in general. I think it's a really good time to see things clearly. I think in the wintertime we get fogged up a bit, and I even realized that today. Today's really the first 70 plus day in Michigan this year. 70 plus degree day in Michigan this year, and I was driving to the store to go shopping for groceries, and I was driving and I was like, wow, I feel kind of foggy, like the bright sun, and like this is all kind of like, it's kind of like you need to kickstart your body a little bit and kickstart your brain and your mind. So getting outside is really important, but also because that's happening, because we sort of to some degree are more hibernating creatures in the wintertime, especially if you're in the cold north. It's important to kickstart your body, but then also kind of kickstart your brain and your mind. So in the springtime, I think it's really valuable to write down your goals or reevaluate your goals and then recalibrate them if need be. So look at your goals, look at kind of where you're at, and then maybe your goals have changed a little bit. Maybe your vision for your life has changed a little bit. Maybe your whole life has changed in the last few months. Who knows? But whatever it is, it's always good to look at your life, where you're at and where you're going, and kind of recalibrate things and make sure that you're on the best possible path for your life right now in this very moment. I think a lot of people are on paths, for their career or for their family or for their health or whatever, but they don't really look at all the paths together and kind of create a synergistic strategy for their life and really just kind of connect everything really holistically, because it's not just improving here or improving there, it's improving everywhere. And a lot of people, in my experience from the people that I've coached in their health or well-being, I've seen a lot of people, they really, oh, there goes my pen. A lot of people really advance their career, so they work really, really hard and they advance their career and they set their goals, and their health supports that, but your health can only support, a high-stress 60, 80-hour work week for so long. So you need to have some homeostasis and some harmony in your life in order to improve your health, your vitality, and your career, and your family, and your relationships, and everything at once. So it's really there's a lot of synergy at play there, and I think that's really valuable. So keep that in mind. Reevaluate your goals, your life, really everything, and then kind of write down everything down. Start to journal. I think spring is a great time for journaling. Where you're at, where you're going, and just setting those goals and setting everything up to move forward. So I highly recommend journaling as well. Spring is a great time to re-engage your brain, your mind, your body, and get outside and kind of like reconnect your brain to your body too. So a lot of us, myself included, are kinesthetic learners, which means that we learn through physical movement. So if I say something and I'm using all my energy, I'm using my voice and I'm moving my body, I learn that a lot better. I learn in that way a lot better than reading something in a book. So getting outside and being active and moving your body and getting sunshine and all these things are really valuable. And if you're learning new things and if you're recalibrating your life goals and your health goals at the same exact time, you're actually cementing that into your consciousness, into your psychology, and into your belief system a lot stronger than you would be if you were to just do something, mental exercise. You're engaging your body, your entire body, your mind, body, and your spirit. So that's really important. So that's it for the video today. I just wanted to share some spring health and wellness tips for your body, your mind, your spirit. I hope you got something from this video. I'm going to start going live on Facebook more often. I have a lot of fans here on Facebook, but I'm not a big live audience. As you can see, there's only 4 or 5 people watching at a time right now. So I need to do this more often so that you can get familiar with me, the face behind Healthy, Wild, and Free, and hopefully I can add more value to your life by recording future videos. So thanks a lot for your time. Thanks a lot for watching live. These videos will all be recorded here on Facebook, so you can go check them out. And also, you can check out the Healthy, Wild, and Free YouTube channel, Healthy, Wild, and Free, obviously here on Facebook, Healthy, Wild, and Free. We're also on Pinterest, and there's always new articles at healthywildandfree.com. And if you want a weekly dose of health and wellness advice, be sure to subscribe to the Healthy, Wild, and Free newsletter at healthywildandfree.com. Just enter your email. And once a week I send new articles and new information regarding health, wellness, nutrition, and all these topics that will add value to your life and the quality of your life. So be sure to subscribe at healthywildandfree.com. And one last thing, there is an event coming up here in 3 days now. It's called The Truth About Vaccines. If you have kids or you plan on having kids, I think it's really important to understand why so many people are debating about vaccines online and why there's so many conflicting viewpoints. So I'm going to link up a link below this video that shares a documentary series that's 7 days long. It's coming up in just a few days, and it's 60 interviews with doctors, scientists, all sorts of medical professionals that have researched vaccines and the positives and negatives, the good and the bad, and the good and the ugly of that whole entire conversation. And that documentary series is free to watch. It normally costs money, but it's free to watch for this window of time. So I'm going to link that up right below this video so you can check that out and sign up for that event, because it's going to be a really valuable, really highly informative educational event. Like I said, it's free to watch and it's really valuable, and I highly recommend it for yourself if you get vaccines or immunizations or shots of any kind, or if you have kids. So check that link out below. And thanks a lot for your time. Make sure to live healthy, wild, and free. And cheers to green smoothies. Take it easy. See you guys in the next video. Bye.